Intro music.
Hello to all viewers of my channel. Wow, that's a pretty bold prediction, right? It sounds like it's pitting the machine against the uniquely human art of coaching. But is it really a battle, or could it be something else entirely? All right, let's dive in and find out.
For decades, the entire world of coaching has been built on this one big idea, that real, meaningful growth comes from a uniquely human connection. The kind of bond you can only really form with another person. And right at the very heart of that connection is something researchers call the working alliance. Now, this isn't just about whether you like your coach or not. It's much deeper. It's this shared, active promise to work together on purpose to hit your goals. It's pretty much the engine that makes coaching work. And this whole alliance, it's built on qualities we've always thought were exclusively human. I'm talking about things like genuine empathy, the knack for building trust and real rapport, and the emotional intelligence to give someone truly personalized attention. These are the things that let a coach really get where you're coming from and create that safe space you need for real growth.
But now, a new challenger has stepped into the ring. Artificial intelligence isn't just for, factory floors anymore. It's making a bold promise to totally revolutionize the very personal field of coaching.
And the promise of AI coaching? It's huge. The whole idea is to democratize personal development, basically to break down those old barriers of high cost and being in the right location. AI platforms can automate all the tedious tasks and use data to give insights, which means coaching could potentially reach millions of people at just a fraction of the cost.
And when you put them side by side, the differences are pretty stark. Human coaching? Well, it's often limited by the coach's schedule and where they are, but AI is on 24/7. Human coaching can get really expensive. AI, on the other hand, offers a low-cost way to scale. And while humans have to rely on intuition and experience, AI comes with insights backed by cold, hard data.
So what we have here is the classic human touch versus the new age tech. And your first thought is probably, there's no way an AI can replicate that human connection. But what does the actual research say? So this brings us to the big question, the main event. Can a machine, a piece of code, really forge that all-important working alliance? Get ready, because you might want to rethink what you thought was possible.
So researchers set up this absolutely brilliant experiment. It's called the Wizard of Oz study. Participants had a coaching session with what they were told was the super advanced AI coach. It even had an avatar and a synthesized voice. But here's the twist. It was actually an expert human coach behind the curtain pulling all the strings.
And the finding here just blows the lid off everything. The researchers thought for sure that the human-to-human connection would be stronger. They were wrong. It turns out participants built a working alliance that was just as high quality whether they thought their coach was a human or an AI. Statistically speaking, there was no real difference.
And this isn't just about simulations. A recent study took a real AI coach, it's called 1440, and put its transcript up against one from a master-certified human coach. The results? Absolutely stunning. In key areas you can see here, like empathy and effectiveness, the AI's transcript was actually rated higher than the humans.
Just let that sink in for a second. Not only can an AI build a strong connection, but its interactions can feel genuinely human. So human, in fact, that when people were asked to guess, more than half of them, 53%, believed the AI's transcript actually came from a real person. Okay, so after that reality check, it's pretty clear AI is a serious contender. But that doesn't mean it's perfect, not by a long shot. Research also points out some pretty significant weaknesses where that human touch is still absolutely irreplaceable.
Yeah, according to folks at the Conference Board and other research groups, AI still has a ways to go. It can feel a bit scripted sometimes, and it lacks that human spontaneity. It also struggles to remember context from one conversation to the next. But most importantly, it just can't handle those really complex, messy, intertwined personal issues. And that's not even getting into the huge ethical questions around data privacy and bias.
This quote from Coachily magazine just nails it. While an AI can simulate empathy, it can learn the right words to say from all its data, it can't replicate that genuine, felt, emotional connection that is so essential for deep, life-changing transformation. So, if AI isn't a perfect replacement, then what is it? Well, it looks like the future isn't about AI versus humans. It's really about a powerful synergy, a partnership between the two. And this, right here, is the real future of coaching. AI isn't here to take over jobs from human coaches. It's here to amplify them, to make them better. It can be this incredible assistant, handling all the routine stuff so that human coaches can focus on what they really do best.
So a blended model would look something like this. The AI handles all the admin work, scheduling, tracking habits, you name it. Then, it analyzes data to spot patterns, maybe even suggesting powerful questions for the human coach to ask. And this frees up the human to focus on the truly transformational work, deep empathy, strategic reflection, and navigating those messy, complex human emotions.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. We've seen that AI can be perceived as empathetic, and it can build that crucial working alliance. So here's the thing. If an interaction with an AI actually helps you achieve your goals, does it really matter if that empathy is real? Something to think about. Subscribe to the channel and like, and also suggest your topics for future videos in the comments. See you next time.